So I have a story for you guys today about how I had to be a Karen yesterday. And basically, Angel and I needed a screen door. There's not a screen door on the house that we rent, and we have been using like those magic mesh things that have magnets in the middle, and it like bloop, 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 bloop. But with Elena crawling, she could like crawl right through that out the front door. So I was like, we need an actual screen door. So I got online at Lowe's, and Lowe's does not actually have curbside pickup, or that at least was not my experience. So if you need something from Lowe's, like, don't waste your time with the online thing, like, just go get it. But anyway, I ordered online, got my door, got my hinges, put my order in, cool. I got an email that said, like, it will take longer due to COVID-19. Cool. Great with that. I ordered it like noon. It was ready at like 5. So it took a while. But, you know, again, don't care. I understand. They've been crazy busy. So I drive there. I go to get it. I walk inside because, again, there's no curbside pickup like I thought, which is fine. Whatever. I walk inside. And I'm standing like kind of far back away from the counter, but I'm in the online pickup line. Like, I felt like it was pretty clear what I was there for. There was 2 girls working the customer service desk. One of them was answering the phone, which was like ringing off the freaking hook. Like, it was annoying me. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, I feel bad for them. People stop calling. And then the other one was just like walking around, like looking at things. You know, when you're at work and you're trying to look busy, but you're not actually working? That's what she was doing. So she does this for like 2 minutes and like doesn't acknowledge me, doesn't say anything. And the other girl has her back turned, like answering the phone, hanging it up, and it's ringing and she's answering it. Like, it was fine. So finally I get like closer to the counter. I'm like, maybe she thinks I'm like waiting for somebody or something. I don't know. So I step up closer to the counter and she finally like acknowledges me and is like, hi, how can I help you? I'm like, I have an online pickup. There's like a freaking sign above me that says online pickup, whatever. So I give her my code. She gets my product, and I ordered a screen door. Like, it's large and it wasn't heavy, but like, it's just awkward, like, to carry. So I asked if there was somebody that could help me out to my car to help load it. And this is where the trouble started, really. She looks around like this. She goes, well, she's like, I don't really know where anybody is right now. So, and I could tell, like, she was just not interested in, like, radioing somebody. And at this point, I felt like I had already been in there for too long. So I was just like, it's fine. I'll make it work. Like, I'll figure it out. Again, the door's not heavy. It was just long and awkward, whatever. So I pick up the door and I'm walking out, da, 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 da. And the wind is like blowing. You know, when you have a large object and the wind is blowing, whatever. If you've experienced that, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I get it to my car. I go to pick it up to put it in, and I notice the whole screen is like split right down the middle. Like, the screen is not intact. So I left it at my car, and I was like, do you know how busy Lowe's was? Like, I parked far. Like, I had to park far. So by the time I got it out to my car and realized it was like split down the middle, I was like, I'm not carrying that back in there. Like, she's gonna have to radio somebody. So I take the hinges and I go back into the store, and I tell her, after waiting again for being ignored, finally I was just like, there's a split in the screen. We need to like swap it out. I left it at my car. So sure enough, what does she do? Hops on the radio, says little code 50 or whatever. I don't know what the code was, but she's like, code blah, blah, blah. Somebody needs help, basically. And within like 30 seconds, somebody was there to help me. So I don't know why. That's not what she did the first time. But anyway, somebody comes to help. They get the old screen. They bring it back in. The lady sees, like, sure enough, it has a split in it. And so then she starts asking me, like, what I want to do about it. And I was like, well, do you have another one? Like, I'd love to just swap it out and, like, be on my merry way. So she does like get on the computer and look, but then she's like, well, it says that we have another one. She's like, but I can almost guarantee that that's the display and we can't sell the display. And then she like left it at that. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, is there anybody that could like go check and like just see if it is the display? And she was like, oh, she said, well, you could just like call back tomorrow to that department and ask, and then they should be able to tell you like if there's another one or not. Like, I'm standing there after paying her money with a broken product, and she tells me I can call back tomorrow to see if they have one. Like, that was her solution. And so I'm standing there and I'm like, so you don't have another one? Like, I even asked, like, again. And she was like, well, we might, but I'm just not for sure. And, like, I was so confused. Like, she wasn't, like, offering to let me go back and look, because it's, like, a separate area. Like, I would have had to, like, go out and go, like, I don't know. I guess I should have just went and looked my freaking self. But she was not being very helpful. She literally, her advice was call back tomorrow to that department and see if they have another one. So at that point, I was just frustrated, and I was like, just give me my money back. Like, I'm not walking back to the department to check. Like, that's not, like, we're not doing that. That's kind of where my headspace was. So I just get my money back and I leave. And then I called Angel and I told him, just like venting, you know, and he was like, no. He was like, call the manager. And I was like, no, I don't want to call. Like, you know, they've probably been through a lot. Like, I'm sure they've been busy. And he was like, Alex. He's like, that was ridiculous. Like, call the manager. So he convinces me to, like, call. And sure enough, the manager is like, no, like, that should not have happened. And I'm not kidding you. Before I even got home, like, driving home from Lowe's, the manager calls me back and is like, yep, there was another one back there that doesn't have a hole. I will leave it up at customer service for you. Do you want to come pick it up tomorrow? Do you want to come? What do you want to do? And I was just like so irritated. Like, I felt so bad for calling the manager and like being a Karen. And then there was another one there without a hole in it. And I was like, no, like, I don't feel bad anymore. Like, all you had to do was pick up the radio and like radio that department. Like, hey, do you have another one? Great. Can you bring it up here? Like, this woman just paid for it and the other one had a hole. Like, it could have been so simple. So now I have to go back today and repay for it while the other transaction is like, you know, in process of them returning it to me. So it's just been not the best experience that I could have had with Lowe's. But again, had I known that there was no like curbside pickup, I would have just went to Lowe's and bought it. So if you need something from Lowe's, just go there and get it. Like, don't waste your freaking time with the online pickup because it's pointless. So yeah, I had to call, had to be a Karen, and I felt literally awful. I was like, I hate doing this. Like, I'm sure she's had a bad day. It was 6:30. They close at 7. She was just trying to go home. But, like, girl, you had another one. Like, all you had to do was call that department and be like, hey, is there another one? This customer just paid for it and this one's broke. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Was I wrong for calling? Have you ever had to call and be a Karen? Let me know down in the comments. I'm going to go pick up my screen. Freaking, it better be intact because I would be salty if I was that girl and I would cut it with a box knife. Not really, but hopefully she doesn't do that. Hopefully she's not there because that's going to be so awkward. That's the other thing. If you have called, have you had to like go back and like see that person? Because they're going to know like I was the one that got them in trouble. So hopefully she's not there. But either way, I'm going to get my screen. So, oh well. All right. I'll talk to y'all soon.